Alright, so very warm welcome to this exciting basketball game between Kpa Dockers and the Strathmore University Blades. We are coming live all the way from Kpa Gymnasium in Makande, Mombasa. This particular fixture has always given us fireworks in the past, and we expect nothing less. Kpa with a couple of new signings this season. Let's see how it plays out. And Kpa controls the opening tip as Toby Odhiambo brings it up to Martin. Martin out to Jason. Eleman has no options. He's looking for one as the shot clock is winding down. Martin looking to attack early. It doesn't get it to go. Oh, Strathmore come down with the rebound as Pio throws it up ahead to Francis. Francis back to David. Strathmore are looking to see how best to crack this tough defense by Kpa. Oh, and I think the ball must have slipped there because I don't think that was what he intended. Martin all the way in, kicks it out to Eleman. Eleman out to Salim. Salim to Toby. Beautiful ball movement, and Toby can't get it to fall. A fight for the rebound. Strathmore come down with it as David brings it up, being guarded, being hounded by Toby. And Maybe in the comment section, let us know how many blocks do you think Jason Keseng will finish the game with. Let us know. And also let us know in the comment section who you think will win this game. Remember, we are coming to you live from Kpa Gymnasium in Makande. Kpa are looking to continue their winning ways after losing against Thunder. Then they picked up a win against Stanbic. Now they're looking to defend their home court. It's their first game at home. So let's see how it goes. Martin Buluma is going to the line for 2 free throws as Desmond O'Reilly checks in. Martin Buluma gets the first one to fall. Kpa under a new head coach, Robert Mugabe. Martin Buluma gets a second one to drop also. Kpa are going into a full court pressure, which results in a turnover. Beautiful defense once again by Kpa. Oh, and the referee assesses him with a travel. I thought there might have been some contact over there, but there was also a travel. Kpa are going into a full court trap. And he throws it away. Gary Wekesa exposed the ball a bit too much, and good recovery defense by Strathmore. Kpa retained possession. Keseng wasn't aware of the help defense behind him. As Spencer Morel checks in for Jason Keseng. Man, Kpa definitely have size. They're just throwing one big body after the other. Spencer being cautioned by the referee. They seem to be having a little conversation. Salim at the corner tries it, doesn't get it to go. Kpa almost controlled the rebound, but they did not do enough to keep it in play. Kpa are still in their full court trap. Oh, and results in yet another turnover. Spencer Morel, he just checks in first touch of the game, and he launches a 3 and he gets it to fall. Right now, Strathmore are really struggling against Kpa's defense. Now they are barely getting the ball across as Kpa calls a timeout. But I'm wondering why he called the timeout and everything is working in his favor. That timeout called by Kpa just gives Coach Tony a chance to strategize on how to break this. I am honestly wondering why the Kpa coach called a timeout. Because so far Strathmore have really been struggling against Kpa's defense. The last 3 possessions they couldn't even get the ball over. Let's see what Coach Tony will come up with after this timeout. Remember, we have had a full day of basketball here at Makande, and so far all the home teams have defended the home court. Let's see if Kpa will keep the streak alive. Ball is inbounded to Desmond. Desmond out to Gary. Gary, no hesitation, launches it, and Spencer just like that an offensive rebound and 5 quick points off the bench. Strathmore get the ball across, will go into the offense. A 2-point attempt. Oh, hey, that was a man. That guy almost jumped out of the building effortlessly. A steal by Strathmore as David is working on Spencer, kicks it out. Wide open shot. He took a bit too long on that attempt, and David has to launch it, and he gets it to drop. The shot clock was winding down, and David just launched it instinctively, and he got it to drop. Shoot. Spencer out to Desmond. The Desmond to Salim. There was a lot of contact on that one. Oh, and a wayward pass by Desmond, which results in a turnover, as we have Lennox Wanje checking in with 1 minute to go. Nice handles there by David. The deflection along the way caused a misdirection, and KP end up with the ball. Lennox Wanje calling out a play. It seems to be called 4. Gets it right back, swinging to Gary. Gary almost mishandles it, and he does. But Lennox temporarily stops the break. Coach Tony is livid on the sidelines. He wants a goaltending call, but he doesn't get it. And KPA come the other way. Lennox Wanje, no hesitation, launches a 3, then gets to drop. Desmond O'Willie with offensive rebound, nice pick, pull-up jumper, doesn't get it to drop. As Strathmore come the other way. We have 10 seconds left on the game clock. David with another shot just as we come to the end of the first quarter. Scores are KPA 18, Strathmore 10. This is the time for you to go and get your refreshment or use the restroom, and we'll be right back with the second quarter live from KPA Gymnasium in Makande. Right, and we are back for the second quarter of this game. Kpa taking an early lead. Scores are 10-18. They played some incredible defense in the first quarter. They had moments when Strathmore were really struggling to get the ball across, but then they settled in a couple of baskets and Strathmore are right back in it. As David inbounds it to Dan. Dan being hounded by Lennox. Stifling defense, gets it right back. Oh. In that particular incident, I don't think that he had any fair, because that was a walk violation. He shuffled his feet a bit quick too fast. Strathmore seem to be playing an extended zone, which normally should be a shooter's paradise. Nice hands by Strathmore as they get the steal, and David is off to the races. Oh, and a putback dunk which gets the crowd on his feet. You could just feel it coming. These Strathmore University boys are very athletic, and they just showed it off right there. Kpa caught napping. Spencer kicks it out to Desmond. Goes to Gary. Spencer inside, fouled hard, but manages to finish through contact, and he's going to the line. Spencer is having himself a game. Quietly off the bench in limited minutes, he's already at 7 points, with a chance to make it 8 in an old-fashioned 3-point play. And he calmly gets it to go. Spencer Morel with 8 of KPA's 21. Again, stifling defense, and an off-the-ball foul is called on Lennox Wanje as referee Bobby Wycliffe Ayecha is trying to explain what his violation was. David to inbound. He gets it in, gets it right back. Being guarded by Gary Wekesa. He rejects the screen. He uses the second one. Ooh. High arcing layup to avoid the long outstretched arms of Spencer Morel. They get it to go. Strathmore are right back in it with 14. Scores are 14-21. And a blocking foul is assessed against Strathmore as Gary Wekesa was looking to use the baseline. Easy step through, but he doesn't get the finish. That is a $100 move with a 10-cent finish. Ooh, and the crowd doesn't agree with that call right there. Desmond O'Reilly with a jump, and he gets it to drop nothing but net. Makes it 23-14. Strathmore get the ball across and looking to go into the offense. Nice use of the screen, and he had nowhere to go. I felt Gary should have let that one go out of bounds. And he substituted for what his troubles are worth. In comes Toby again. Now we have Toby and Lennox, two very tenacious defenders. Oh, I felt he might have gotten away with a travel. The ball has not yet touched the rim, so the shot clock is at 11 seconds. Martin Buluma checks in for Salim Kisilu. Strathmore. Beautiful strip right there by Lennox, and Toby is off to the races. He throws it up. Desmond almost gets it, and Strathmore give the ball right back to KPA. Strathmore given a gift, but they did not like it. Again, Toby zigzags his way to the basket and applies his skills with a very crafty finish. Score stand at 14-25. Oh, that was a desperation shot. He had nowhere to go, and KPA come up with it. Toby dictating the flow of things, gets it to Martin. Lennox at the corner, back to Martin. KPA are looking, probing, searching for a way to penetrate this Strathmore defense. Lennox Wanje wide open for the three, doesn't get to go, and Toby goes up as a man among men, skies high, but then he is assessed with an offensive foul for his efforts. A timeout has been called by the KPA Dockers. Coach Mugabe is not too pleased with what he's seeing and wants to talk things over. Six minutes and 32 seconds left in the second quarter. Scores are 14-25 in favor of KPA. And we are in a packed gymnasium, packed to capacity. And this is just beautiful sights. Anyway, so since for those of you who cannot be here to experience this electric atmosphere, I hope that you can tell a friend to tell a friend that the game is live, and you can catch us as we bring it to the comfort of your doorstep or wherever you're streaming from. Also in the comment section, maybe let us know where you're watching us from, so that we can give you a shout out. As Dan inbounds the he's about to inbound the ball to David. 6:30 left in the second quarter. Davy has come as cool as a cucumber. Gets the ball out. Oh, he lost his footing there on that pick and roll. Otherwise that would have been a picture perfect pass. As Lennox Wanje loses the ball and commits a foul. He's trying to plead the case, but the whistle has already been blown, and he is assessed with his second personal foul. Strathmore looking for a way to infiltrate KPA's defense. Davy with a wide open shot. High rebound by Martin, and he quickly throws it ahead to Toby with a wide open layup. And KPA slowly pulling away again. Strathmore, they need to get a few stops and get a few baskets to drop. Stifling defense by KPA, keeping them out, and they're off to the races. Lennox Wanje with a beautiful layup, and their defense is turning into offense. Strathmore are really struggling against this KPA defense. Hey. And they missed it at point blank range. And there is a lot of activity happening, and KPA come up with the ball. There was a lot of things happening, some pushing, some shoving. But KPA end up with the possession. Martin Buluma looking for options. Finds one in Desmond, who mishandles it, and it goes out of bounds. It's taking Strathmore a lot of energy and effort to get the ball across. An open jumper, and KP unable to secure the rebound, but it comes off the foot of Strathmore, and KP retained possession. Substitution as Jason Keseng checks back in for Desmond Oili, and Strathmore are making a substitution of their own as well, as Alvin checks in for Patrick. Lennox out to Martin. Martin on the wing. There's a lot of activity happening inside the post, and Jason with a high arcing shot doesn't get to fall, but they come down with it again. Oh, huge jump by Martin Buluma for the tip in, and he has the appreciation from the crowd. Then stifling defense by Lennox, and they get called for an 8-second violation. Telling you, stifling defense. Ball out to Martin Buluma. As Spencer Morel is assessed with an off-the-ball foul as he was trying to go and set a screen for Jason Keseng. As David had a quick breather and he's back. I think he's played the most minutes of anyone so far. Then Lennox wanted trying to fight over the screen, and he's assessed with yet another foul. That should be his third, if I'm not mistaken. And KP are over the foul limit, so that will send Strathmore to the charity stripe. Yes, that is his third foul. He's picked up 3 fouls in just the second quarter. So let's see how many more minutes he will get in the remainder of the game. Strathmore unable to convert at the charity stripe, and it's things like this, you know, that how a team can get itself back in the game. Oh, there was a fight for the rebound right there, but Strathmore come up with it. A wide open 3, they don't get it to drop, and Martin Buluma comes up with it, looking to push the pace. Trevor right off the bench, ooh, doesn't get to fall, and the long arms of Jason. Ooh. The KPA big men, they seem to be having it with the referees as a foul is assessed on Jason. That should be second. 3 minutes and 32 seconds to go. Oh, and he goes glass to get it to sink. Doesn't get the second one. KP come up with it. Long pass out to Toby. Toby was looking to attack, but Strathmore did recover well. Ooh, Jason missed dribbles it off his leg. Beautiful cut. Oh! That ball was swatted all the way into the washrooms. Jason with an emphatic volleyball-like spike of a rejection. Strathmore mishandled the ball, and it results in yet another turnover against Strathmore. They haven't got much going in this first half. Ball out to Martin. Martin into Jason, back out to Martin. And the basket is waved off as the referee calls the 3 seconds against Spencer Morel. Spencer Morel, after his first flurry of points, has gone a bit silent as he goes to catch a breather. Nice hounding defense right there by Toby. Oh, and referee Wycliffe calls a handshake foul on Martin since they are over the foul limits. That will send Davy to the line for free throws, and he gets the first one to drop. Scores are 16-31 with 2 minutes and 47 seconds left in this second quarter. Davy rattles in the second one as Kpa call another timeout. It's a very cool day as the game is being brought to you live from Mombasa. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as we have 3 matches on schedule. There's going to be 2 Division 1 matches and 1 Premier League match. Congo Nets take on Strathmore Division 1, and the Coastal Kings, they take on Snipers in Division 1. Then at 4 we have a cracker on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Kpa will be taking on Ulinzi, and that is definitely going to be a match. It's going to be live on the Kpa Dockers channel. Yeah, and even today, as you notice, we are streaming live from the Kpa Dockers page on both Facebook and YouTube. Tomorrow we'll also be live, bringing those games to you. So even if you're far away, not to worry, we got you covered. Ken Washira just checked in, also a new signing coming from Nairobi City Thunder, and he mishandles that on his first touch. Jason Kisang with a high rebound, ball out to Trevor. Trevor with no hesitation, catch, shoot, make. Corner 3, bingo. As Trevor fights over that screen, Strathmore slap possession. The deep 3 doesn't get it to go, and Kpa come down with it as Ken Washira is off to the races. Toby out to Trevor again. Trevor looking to make it back-to-back 3s. As Ken Washira doesn't get to drop. Trevor with offensive board. I'm wondering, and I'm sure you are also, as to why Toby didn't take that shot. Good recovery by Kpa. Strathmore has a wide open jumper at the foul line. And now it's Strathmore's turn to come down with offensive rebounds as Jason Kisang finally secures it for Kpa. Toby with a long pass to Ken Washira. Ken Washira to Desmond. Desmond skips it to Trevor. Trevor has a couple of hesitation moves. Tries to go fancy with it, but doesn't get it to drop. Well, one thing I would say is that Kpa are moving the ball pretty well. As Trevor is at the line. Calmly sinks the first one. I guess the second one to drop as well. He has been assessed with a backcourt violation, although that was questionable. As the fans in front of the camera are trying to deliberate whether that was a backward violation or not. Another wayward pass as Desmond picks up a temporary. Beautiful ball movement. Trevor winds up with a shot, doesn't get it to go. Jason looking to keep the ball alive, but is unable to. We have 19 seconds left in this first half. So far it's been all KPA, both offensively and defensively. Scores at 36-17 in favor of KPA. Strathmore are going to have to re-strategize. Beautiful steal and an assist by Ken Washira. Strathmore have no idea that the shot clock was winding down. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of the first half. And we'll be back shortly after the halftime break. Make sure you're stocked up on refreshments as we come back towards the second half of this game. Definitely. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half of this game between Kpa Dockers and Strathmore University. Ken Washira back to Lennox to Desmond O'Wheely. It looks for Ken. Nice bounce pass to the corner. Lennox attacks, kicks it out. Ken Washira back to Wanje with a wide open three, in and out. And Trevor out to Washira, no hesitation, lets it fly, doesn't get it to drop. Strathmore controlled the rebound and they are off to the races. Immediate pressure. There was a lot of contact on that particular play. As Lennox Wanje begins the second half with a trip to the charity stripe. Now Swanje doesn't get the first one to drop. Then a stifling pressure from KPA's defense, which is to be expected. They're dealing with a pick and roll. They have successfully kept Strathmore out of the paint. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. And they don't get it off in time. KPA secures the ball and go the other way. Lennox Wanje thought about it. Gives it to Desmond. Desmond the inside play to Morel, who felt he was fouled, but the ref serving none of it. And Strathmore come the other way. Scores are 17-39. Strathmore almost lose it, and Lennox Wanje is assessed with his foul, and that will be his fourth. I have a feeling that he's going to go to the bench. That should be his fourth foul. Yes, Lennox Wanje has picked up his fourth foul very early in the third quarter. Comes down the rebound and is off to the races. Ooh, he should be careful there. He might be assessed with his fifth foul as a handoff, as a push-off. Lennox Wanje out to Trevor, no hesitation. He lets it rip and he misses everything. He gets nothing but air. David brings the ball the other way. Chooses not to use the screen, goes the other way, and ball is knocked out of bounds by Ken Washira. Oh, beautiful play right there by Strathmore. They finally get the pick and roll to work, and then Spencer picks up the foul. And that gives Strathmore the chance to, yes, and he completes the old-fashioned three-point play. Scores are 20-39. Oh, there's a lot of jersey grabbing and pulling and tugging and hacking going on over there. Number of illegal things happened on that play, and Spencer goes to the line for 2 free throws. Spencer doesn't get the first one to drop. Strathmore quickly the other way, Davey off to the races, pull up transition 3, and he gets it to drop. Maybe Strathmore, they need to be doing a bit more of that if they're going to get back into this game. Lennox Wanje, that doesn't get it to drop. And Spencer is assessed with a travel, and he's starting to get a bit frustrated. Lennox Wanje with a steal, and he rewards himself with the bucket. He was too quick for them on both ends. Beautiful play by Lennox. Corner fake, and he goes up strong and he gets it to go. One of the smallest guys on the court, but he skied way above everyone else. That's it. David with a 3-point miss. Ken Washira looking for his first points. The game, they did not get it to drop. As Coach Tony Ochieng calls a timeout for Strathmore. Scores are 23-44. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. And we are back. Strathmore really need to get a couple of stops and get a couple of buckets in this third quarter if they're going to make a game out of it. But that will never happen with wayward passes like that. So far, KP's defense has been relentless, not giving an inch the whole game. Lennox again with the 3, and as Lennox goes on a personal 7-0 run to put the game even farther out of reach. Beautiful up and under move right there that gets appreciation even from the home crowd. Desmond O'Willy, the wide open jumper, doesn't get it to go. Spencer Morel with the emphatic frustration dunk right there. Oh, and a player, he spun himself out of his shoes. That's the first time I'm seeing that. A spin move where you end up losing your shoe. Must have been a lot of power in that spin move. Ken Washira, Lennox wants a wide open three, doesn't get it to go, and Strathmore control the board. As Lennox gets a well-deserved rest. Strathmore looking to make something happen. Oh, he almost got away with a travel. As Toby brings the other way, looking for options with a no-look pass to Kisilu. Kisilu to Trevor. Trevor back to Toby. Driving, gets all the way to the cup. Man, he just walks into that defense like as if he was walking into his sitting room. There was absolutely no defender in sight. As Martin Buluma checks back in. And Strathmore with a substitution of their own. Fadeaway jumper doesn't get it to go as Ken Washira with a rebound and brings it up, searching for options, finds one in Martin. Martin asking for a screen. Toby again. This time he doesn't get it to drop. I think he did a bit too much on that play. Strathmore swing deep three. He almost shot that from the parking lot as Salim is assessed with a holding foul. Two minutes and 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Scores are 51-27 in favor of Kpa. David wide open, gets it to drop, nothing but net. Such an exciting young player, David. And he calmly goes around his business while dropping 20 or 30 points. Trevor out to Spencer, Spencer back to Martin. A lot of contact, kicks it out. Nice ball movement by Kpa. Looking, driving, probing. I felt like Martin should have taken that shot. Ken Washira with a bullet pass. And Kpa did a bit too much on that particular play. They overpassed the ball. Seems like no one wanted to shoot. Nice offensive rebound by Strathmore. Looking for options, not finding any. Just look at how far Kpa are pushing Strathmore out of the thing. The shot clock is winding down. Strathmore also will be caught with the same violation. So it's like as if both teams were trying to compete in who would have a better shot clock violation. But just violation after violation. Hopefully in this possession we'll get to see a bucket. Oh! Spencer being manhandled down in the post. There was a lot of contact. But as a fan, as a coach, as a player, I totally agree with that philosophy. There's no way that you're going to let someone score a basket and a foul on you, you know. Make sure the ball doesn't even see the light of day. Spencer gets the first one to drop. The second one arrives out, but it's kept alive, and Toby comes up with an air ball for all the effort. Oh my God. He sends Spencer flying like a flag on Friday at the Chief's office. And a foul is assessed to Jason. I hope that the editor of this stream will show us how Spencer went flying again. I'm telling you, it reminded me of a flag on Friday at the Chief's office. Strathmore the line calmly sinks the first one. As he splits the pair and Kpa come up with it. 1 minute 16 seconds left on the clock. Salim mishandles it, but Toby is able to come to the rescue. Salim wide open three and gets it to fall. Come three right in the grill of Toby. Quick catch and release by Salim. And if courage was a person, it will definitely be him. He saw two of the biggest players on the court and went right at them without fear. I think his nickname must be Brave. And he's awarded with 2 free throws for his efforts. First one rattles in and out. And the second one rattles around and falls in. Coach Mugabe with a timeout with 24 seconds left. Kpa are leading this game by 20 points in the third quarter. Maybe in the comment section, let us know what you assume the final scores are going to be. A big shout out to everybody who's watching and streaming. There's somebody here called Presley saying he's watching from Madagascar. So Peter is saying watching from Rongai. Jonathan Odo, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yes, and the scores on your screen are not a mistake. Those are the actual scores. Let's see how Kpa will execute out of this timeout. .16 seconds to go. Salim Kisilu, Spencer, he launches it, I think JS1 goes right back up and kisses it off the glass to give KPA 2 points just before the game comes to an end. Zero game clock awareness, and he was dribbling right in front of the scoreboard. Oh man. Anyway, again, it's refreshment time. We'll be right back with the fourth. Let's go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the final quarter of this seemingly one-sided game. And the reason I'm saying that is because of the scores. KPA right now up by 22 points. We have 10 minutes of basketball left. Can Strathmore make this interesting? If there's one person who can, it's definitely the man with the ball right now. At times, I wonder, so the point guard straight at you, the post, doesn't give you the ball and goes the other way. Strathmore trying to force issues. And he's called for a 3-second violation. Also, he could have possibly taken one step too many. But either way, KP end up with the ball, so Spencer looking to go to work, and he powers up, doesn't get to go. It was still a jumping contest, but Strathmore will come up with it. Beautiful left finger roll right into the mouth of the rim. Salim. Almost got away with it, almost. Good job by the referees to remain active in the game. Strathmore, some bump and grind, kicks it out, wide open jumper, oh my god, and he misses everything. Like, it wasn't even close. Toby looking, waving out to Salim. Salim locks, loads, fires, misses. Kesain soars up high. And Kpa retain possession. Toby with a high jumper, doesn't get it to go, and Strathmore fumbled the possession away. Toby launches a three, doesn't get it to drop. Ball is tapped out of bounds as Strathmore get the possession back. Nice pressure on the inbound. Very hands-on, hounding defense by Toby. Ball is poked out of bounds by Spencer. I would love to see Strathmore try and make a run, to make the game a bit more exciting. A shot clock violation as the ball never grazed the rim. As we have Megan Yamo checking in for the first time. Toby tries to hop step his way to the rim, but he's called for a travel violation instead. Shakes his head in disagreement, but the ref's call is final. Good ball pressure to keep Strathmore out of the paint. And Strathmore retained possession because the ball went off the foot of a Kpa player. Oh, Strathmore almost lose it. Skip pass, catch and shoot. A little bit too short. That was a soft foul by Megan Yamo, which sends Strathmore to the line for a possibility of a 3-point play. And they get it to drop. Scores are 40-57, 6 minutes and 49 seconds left. Gary just steps into that jumper, as comfortable as wearing pajamas on a cold day. They are unable to keep it in play, regardless of Toby's acrobatic effort. Davey thought about it. He tried to squeeze in between the two Kpa players, but he found it was tighter than tighter Taveta as Gary steps into yet another jumper, which forces Coach Tony to call a timeout. 6:12 left, scores are 40-59. And we are back after that timeout by Strathmore. Let's see what will come out of it. It's really taking Strathmore a lot of effort to get the ball across court. As Jason Keseng saws very high for yet another rebound. Martin Buluma attacking, driving, losing the ball. Strathmore go the other way. And Toby takes one for the team to prevent the basket from dropping. Lennox Wanje checks back in. Gary with yet another jumper. Man. Lennox Wanje out to Meganiamo, gets it right back. Toby looking, probing, jumping, shooting, airballing. Almost a steal by Lennox. Five minutes to go in this game. At Strathmore University, man, they are really working. And he loses his shoe again. I don't know whether it's the shoe that is loose or it's big, because this is the second time now he has lost that same shoe. And the way he just slipped it on, like as if he was wearing a pair of slippers. I think the shoe is a bit big. Somebody's telling me that maybe his feet are sweaty. That must be a lot of sweat to sweat through the socks. Hopefully he doesn't lose his shoe on this one and he keeps it and gets the basket. Scores are 43-63 favor KPA. Lennox Wanje looking for an option, gets one in Trevor. Trevor into Megan, tries to tap it out. Gary with a step through, doesn't get it to fall. Trevor with a fake. Oh, a bit too much of passing. And that forces KPA to call a quick timeout. The coaching staff are not liking what they're seeing in these possessions. KPA trying to overpass. So 4 minutes to go. KPA still with a comfortable 18-point lead. Lennox, no hesitation, takes it, misses it. Strathmore control the board and come the other way with David being guarded by Ken Washira. Jason Keseng soaring up high for that one. Gary thought about it. And his hot streak of jump shots finally comes to an end. As David brings the ball up for Strathmore, kicks out to the wing, looking for options. Drive, kick. Desmond just there seems to be confusion, and finally we hear a whistle. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Desmond just blocked somebody while he was standing. He didn't even have to jump. And finally the referees, they restore some sanity to the short moment of chaos that was happening. Beautiful move by Lennox Wanje as he snaked his way into the Strathmore defense. He's gliding through. I don't know if you're near that, but I think there's one of the fans who was a temporary moment of insanity. Otherwise, I don't know how else to explain those screams you might be hearing. Yet another steal by Kpa as Lennox craftily maneuvers his way to the charity stripe. There seems to be a timeout, but none of the refs had indicated for one, so I'm wondering. I'm trying to wonder what's happening over there. This is all in preparation for tomorrow's game, Kpa versus Ulinzi. It's going to be fireworks. If you haven't been following the online banter between these two teams, there's no love lost. And tomorrow we are going to see Lennox Wanje gets the first one to drop. and he rattles in the second one as the lead is back to 22 points. As Kpa successfully defend that possession. Ken Washira, no hesitation, and the shots haven't been dropping today, but shooters keep shooting. Again. And Jason Keseng, he's just such a good vertical defender, and he alters your shot without even, you have to look out for him every time you drive to see where he is. Kpa come down with it. 1 minute 35 seconds left. Then Swanje goes all the way, kicks it out. Why didn't Washira shoot that shot? There's a lot of contact there, but ref waves play on. Long inerrant pass. Gary Wekesa had absolutely nowhere to go on that particular possession. And it looks like Kpa are going to successfully defend home court, as have all the other home teams today. Gary gets all the way to the rim, casually strolling in, like a man taking a walk by the beach. Cross-court pass, but Kpa are so relentless with their pressure. There's some footwork, but they don't get it to go. As Kpa look to put the final nail in this coffin. Coach Mugabe calls the timeout with 22 seconds left and they're up by 24. I don't know, maybe he wants to draw a play that can get them to 100. Because I'm not fully understanding the purpose of the timeout. Or maybe he's trying to execute something for future games. And that is definitely the nail in the coffin. He's dribbling the ball out only an NBA custom. Okay. Very good job by Kpa for defending home court. This game will end 45-71 in favor of Kpa. And ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end. I hope you enjoyed this match. Remember, stay tuned on this channel. For tomorrow, we are coming to you live with the game of the week, Kpa versus Ulinzi. Let all the online banter come to life. And from us in the studio, we are signing out. Awesome, and thank you for joining us, and make sure you book a date with us even tomorrow.